So I've had this lens for a few months now, never really tested it. It's a Tokina 28-85 f4. And f4 doesn't seem like a lot nowadays, but back in 78, when this was first manufactured, it was really a big deal. This was manufactured in 78, and the guy that sold it to me said from the serial number, this lens was manufactured in 1985, 1986. So it's around as old as I am. And when you get to 40 years old, things start to give out. For instance, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like and what I do like about this lens. The don'ts. It's old, the coating isn't what it used to be comparing to the lens nowadays. So heavy flaring, you might expect some vignette, depend on the crop of the camera. This is a Super 35 sensor and the crop on the 6K Pro is around 1.58. But expect flaring, expect vignetting, expect noise when operating the zoom and changing the stops on the lens. For example, if I go from 28, trying to hold the shot still, if I go from 28 to, let's say, 70, it's really, really hard. Again, it's a 40-year-old lens. You can expect that from a 40-year-old lens. Going from 28 in a single smooth motion to 70, because that's as far as your finger goes, not even 70. Going from 28 to, let's say, 55 isn't really an easy task because of the age, the motion is quite heavy. The focus is really, really smooth, but once you get to the edge, you can really hear the click. But you're gonna mess up the audio if you go really, really to the edges of the focus, because you're gonna hear this from infinity to like the closest focus. What you have your hand on, and it's actually like 50% of the lens, is the focus wheel. What I do with this lens is set, for example, I'm at f8, I'm at 55, and I just operate the zoom. I try not to fiddle around with the zoom and the focus at the same time, because it's gonna really bother you if you're trying to hold the shot still, if you're trying to hear different things. It's really gonna ruin the audio. What I like about this lens, let me turn the camera off. What I like about this lens, it's really solid. It's made out of metal. You're gonna have to factor in the adapter, but I usually use IRIX lenses, and those are around 1 kilogram. This, I would say, is around like 600-700 grams. So it's really, really heavy. It's really well made, but the coating isn't what it used to be. The flaring is just terrible, unless you want that. So even if I lost most of the light for today, I'm at 85. And at 85 lens, the focus, even though I'm technically at f8, the focus is really, really sharp. You can easily go beyond and past the point of interest. And because it's really flaring, even when you're not looking into the sun, you can really see the flaring is really going away and is really contrasty. So it's a much nicer shot to look at. Now without the hand, it's really, everything is washed out, because that's the glass back in the 80s. That's how they used to make them. And we're going to take it out for a spin and see how it performs in usual scenarios. I usually don't recommend using this with client work, especially corporate work, because of the things I said. Flaring, vignetting, and really, it's not really designed to work in a modern use case. My honest opinion is you can't really use it unless there's a specific use case for a vintage lens or maybe a nostalgic feel. I'm filming this. Vlad has a 28 Canon FD on the Blackmagic 6K Pro. So also a lens you can't really rely on unless it's been really modified.